Hi everybody, it's the Glunt family here. We just want to give you guys a video update of what's been going on here in Thailand. We're just so happy to have your support and prayers coming our way. And we just want to say, how much we're thankful for you to be involved with this ministry that God has sent us on. We do have some really big family news that we want to share with everyone, so make sure you stay through the entire video, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to be left out with not knowing what the big family news is. So I want to start with the community center. We've been really busy over the past few months. I think the last update we had was right before Christmas. We had the Christmas party at the GSCC, and that went well. So during kind of that 3-month period, up until the end of January, we had 5 interns come and volunteer at the community center. So that was a huge help. So 3 of the interns were Christian. One was kind of exploring Christianity, so it was good to see her faith kind of grow. And then one was a Buddhist, and it was just really interesting to see them work together. And even though not everyone was a Christian, they still enjoyed singing Christmas songs together and talking about Christianity and learning from one another. So it was a really good experience. Also, after the Christmas party we had at the beginning of the month in December, we did have the chance to go to a local elementary school. It's called Tesaban Song, which just means Municipality School Number 2. And we have a relationship with that school. We've taken teams there to do English camps before, and we've helped out with other activities. But we had a chance to help them again with their Christmas party and New Year's party. So we had the chance to share the Christmas story and have the kids interact, answering Christmas story questions that we were asking, giving out candy and prizes, and just a great time to share the gospel, or share the good news of Christ's birth with a school of several hundred elementary age kids. Also, we had some really exciting news for the community center at the end of 2020. We had some churches raise some support for us, and it goes from smaller churches raising a small amount to bigger churches giving a very, very large amount to see the ministry at the Good Soil Community Center continue. One of the smaller donations we received, we were able to buy 5 ukuleles, and we're going to use those ukuleles to continue to teach the kids music, give them a music option. It was difficult before because we had 1 piano and so many kids that wanted to play. It was hard to really keep them all entertained and focused and give them the opportunity to learn. So now that we've got 5 ukuleles, we can have a kind of an intro ukulele guitar class, and we can have 5 kids practicing at once. So that was a very small gift. And then we had a very large ministry grant come in, and we were very excited about that. And this ministry grant that we received is going to allow us to hire in 2 additional staff and cover their salaries for the next 3 years. And then there's additional funds to help us with our discipleship plan and really connecting with the community. One of the focuses of the grant is to help strengthen the relationship between the Good Soil Community Center and Global Family, which Global Family has a team here in Thailand. They're working with the same foundation that we are under for legal purposes, able to get work permits, visas. And so they've got a team that does a kids club, and they also have a lot of resources and curriculum focused on community development and getting out into the community. So part of that grant is going to go towards strengthening that relationship between the 2 groups, the 2 organizations there. And we're really excited to be able to learn from them and to learn how to maybe reach the local community more effectively with the gospel. Let's see. So with that, I said we can hire 2 additional staff. One is a part-time, and we've already hired a young lady to come in and help. She's kind of taken over where the intern stepped out, so she's helping with a lot of the kids programming right now, taking on about three days of coming in and either helping with or leading kids class and activities. So she's helping assist with the English class, and then doing a craft class and also a Chinese class. So she majored in Chinese. She's a local Thai here, local Thai Christian. So we have her helping. Her name is Som Ying. So if you could add Som Ying to your prayer list when you're praying about the GSCC, we would really appreciate it. And we're looking for a full-time staff right now. So we've interviewed about 3 people so far. I think we've got a couple more interviews lined up next week. So we're hoping we'll have enough applicants that fit the job description we're looking for, and we'll be able to make that decision soon as well. So we're looking for somebody to go out into the community, build relationships, kind of cross some of the cultural barriers that maybe a foreigner might have in that community, so we can have the opportunity, they can build relationships, build trust, and then also help us create programming that meets the needs of the community. So please pray for that person, which has not been hired yet. But hopefully in the next update, we'll be able to tell you who was hired on as the additional full-time staff. There are talks about the border opening up in Thailand. I mean, it is technically open, but a lot of restrictions. There's still the 2-week quarantine. But they're talking maybe June, maybe July. They might see an exception for people with the vaccine to come in and not have to have the 2-week quarantine. So we're really praying that that's going to open up the opportunity for teams and friends and family and team members to be able to return and come and visit us and interact with the community center like we've done in the past. So I'm going to stop talking, and now Rachel can talk and give you the update about our family.
So, yeah, our family has been doing really well over these last few months since our last update. So I was kind of run through what the kids have been up to. They've been busy with school. Lily has done some extracurricular activities outside of being a freshman in high school and maintaining her grades really well. She did cross country this year, which started late October, early November, and ran through January. Unfortunately, due to some of the COVID restrictions, their team was only able to get in one actual track meet outside of their team practices. But she did very well. She was able to participate as on the JV team and end up placing 4th overall during that meet. So we are very proud of her for this being her first time being really engaged with cross country. She's also just wrapped up doing Annie Jr., the musical, with the drama department there at school. She played a dual role. She was one of the servants and then one of the New Yorkers. And she really enjoyed that. And everyone put in a lot of hard work with that, and it showed during their performances. Curtis and Lucy finished out the semester doing very well with their classes and are right on track where they need to be, and that's always encouraging. They're almost halfway done with this 3rd quarter, so we are seeing how that's going to finish up for them.
I do want to say with that, thank you for the prayers, because I know in our last newsletter, Rachel and I were very concerned about maybe the progress of Curtis in school, but we were able to kind of isolate and identify some of the key areas of struggle and maybe miscommunication. And so we were able to work with his classroom and work with Curtis, and between those two and the parents, the 3 of us, three groups, we were able to kind of get him into a place where it was a better result at the end of last semester.
Yeah, and we feel like we have a much better plan in place for him going forward now.
So thank you.
So thank you for those prayers with that. Maddie is growing by leaps and bounds. It's hard to believe she's already 2.5, and people are already starting to ask us, oh, when are you going to put her in school? Or are you going to put her in a Thai school? The answer to that is we don't know yet. I kind of like having her around the house with me right now. I still feel like she's kind of little, but technically here in Thailand, she could be starting a preschool kindergarten program at the age of 2. So we kind of still waiting and seeing getting some direction with that, but she's speaking and running and playing, and her personality is just really coming out. And she's such a sweet little girl that I kind of like having her around.
All right, well, thanks for sticking around this far, because now it's time for the big family news.
So, the end of 2020 ended a little bit differently than how we thought. I mean, 2020 in general was a pretty different year, I think, for just about everybody. But for us, December brought in some big changes that we weren't quite prepared for or thought were going to happen. So, with that being said, here is our big family news.
You gonna say it?
I can say it.
Okay.
We are going to be welcoming another baby into our family. We are due with baby number 5 in July.
Yes, so please pray for us. But we're all excited. The siblings are all very excited. Maddie's excited as well, although we'll see how that changes after the baby comes. But so far, everything looks good. Baby looks healthy. Rachel's doing well. And so that's a good way to transition into some prayer requests. Just a general prayer request with health, and that Rachel and the baby would continue to stay strong and healthy, especially during the next few months, because it's typically known as like the smoky season or burning season. So the air quality is going to be very, very horrible over the next 2 months. So prayers for just continued health through that time.
Yeah, for all of us, it does affect the kids as well, and it affects what they're able to do with school too. So if the numbers are too high, then they limit the time outside, and that's hard on the kids. I also would love for you guys to be praying for my grandma Marilyn. She is currently going through another battle with cancer. This time it's in her stomach, and due to her age and just her own personal wishes, she's choosing not to go through any more treatments at this time. She is 91 years old, and for the most part, we're all comfortable with her decision, but we're praying here at the end that she is comfortable, that she is able to go with very little pain, and we're all at peace with when she goes. So just continue to pray for myself, my dad, and his siblings as they go through this and walk through this with Grandma.
Also, just that the kids have a strong finish to the school year. It's hard to believe the year's almost over, but in a couple months it will be. And so pray for that. And also, again, that the borders would just open up so that we can have family come visit us towards the end of this year to welcome the new baby. And teammates can return, and we can even start talking about teams coming back and visiting us.
Because we miss having visitors come out.
Well, this has been a long update, so if you need something for your church, if you need something written down, some notes or something like that, please contact me and let me know. I'll get something sent out to you. I think it's always fun to have a video update every once in a while. And then, we just want to say, please, if you have prayer requests that you want to send us, we'd love to hear them and add them to our prayer list. Feel free to email, you can call, you can send a message on Facebook or whatever's most convenient to you. And we just want to say thank you so much for your continued support. We know it's been a rough previous year, and we're hoping 2021 comes in with the opportunity for us to continue to see God's work and His plan coming true here in Thailand and in our lives and in your lives too. So, okay, bye.
Bye.